What's up, everybody? It's Supersmallchibiwolf here. Today I'm going to be talking about a few things in this Chibi Chat. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the PlayStation 5. Let me just get that out of the way because that's the more recent thing. Now, in my opinions, I think it's like this. Number one, the console itself, they should have had more varieties of colors. And maybe in the release date, when it releases, they're going to have different colors or something like that. But in my opinion, having white or just black for a console is so basic, in my opinion. We've seen so many times within every console generation that it's either black or white. And in my opinion, it's just a little bit boring, those two colors, because, many consoles do this, not just Sony. Nintendo Switch did it, and yes, Nintendo Switch kind of, they were, the red, the blue, and all that. But in my opinion, I'd rather have different types of Joy-Cons than red and blue combination. Like I had to say like a red and yellowish, you know what I mean? Would have been better. But for PlayStation, I hope there's more varieties of colors. And in my opinion, I would like to see something like this, nice red PlayStation 5 or something like that. But besides that, the release itself, I'm going to also talk about the games and the live stream itself. In my opinion, the live stream itself, it was kind of down and boring, in my opinion. It was kind of, the games they shown were, in my opinion, basic shit that we've seen all of PS4 lifespan, in my opinion. Now, another thing I would say as well is that why didn't they show some, like bigger games? Like don't get me wrong, everyone is into their own thing, indie games, if you into that, that's you. I've tried a few, they were okay, good. Some of them were good, I'm not gonna lie. But in my opinion, I'm more into, like more, for example, like stealth games like Metal Gear or, you know, something interesting and fun, But in this live stream, we got more of a what people used to call Nintendo as, like Nintendo is a kiddie console, which, in my opinion, they will, in my, like, look, Nintendo's always had, you know, child-friendly games, but they've also had way more other games as well, like horror games on the GameCube, shooting games on the N64, and PlayStation, in my opinion, I see it like this, Nintendo and Sony, they kind of have a little bit of a switch up, right? And so, how I saw it was, oh, what? Why, like, what is this? In my opinion, it could have been a little bit better. Sony should have focused more on just bringing more interesting games instead of, oh, we're gonna have this game that's no one cares about, and then they had some random ass games that was like okay-ish. Now, the PlayStation 5 live stream as a whole, I would say it has some issues, which was the games that they've shown, and in my opinion, the graphics itself, uh, I don't know. I kind of think they should show more of, man. What I've seen it was okay. But to be honest, another thing I would say as well is that the PlayStation 5 itself, console-wise, um, yeah, it looks interesting. In ways, I'm 50-50. I would say also that, when it comes down to it, the PlayStation 5, I'm going to have high expectations because, the PlayStation 3 to 4 it was cool. It was a visual, difference you could see right out the box, but it was released underpowered, and I am aware of that. But one thing I would also say is that Sony should take their time with PS5. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Cowboy Bebop, which is, oh man, look, in my opinion, live action movies of game, okay, anime and video games are the same, in my opinion. If you're going to take it and put a live action to it, it's not going to be that cool. People think it's going to be this amazing, holy shit, this is so cool and all of that. But no, man. Look at, what was it? Let me name some video game, some infamous video game movies that throughout the years. Let's see, they had that Super Mario Bros. They had that from the, what was it, early 90s, I believe, or mid 90s. They had, in my opinion, the Sonic movie from what, this year or last year? I don't even remember because I don't care that much for that movie. And they had, oh man, to be honest, what I could say is Sonic looked way better than Pikachu. That movie, and yo, I cannot do that. All those movie translated, they're all shit in my opinion. So seeing something, so if it's shit for gaming, yeah, how the fuck they gonna handle anime movies? You know what I mean? I've seen how Goku you looked like in that Evolution, Evolve movie, whatever the fuck it's called. It's a shit meme, yo. And then I've seen, to be honest, I won't lie, Bleach. From what I heard, it was good. And from what I saw, it was interesting and cool. Way better than the Dragon Ball Evolution, whatever the hell it's called. So, if it's similar to how they did Bleach, maybe it was a fail, maybe it was a success. I didn't watch that movie. But I think if they could keep the interesting things within Cowboy Bebop and go with a movie like that. In my opinion, to be honest, also, is that I hear they're going to be taking out some stuff within Cowboy Bebop to make it more modern and blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, in my opinion. Because why you want to make it modern? Why? Just to push your shitty ass stuff within the movie. Try to change things that did not fit in this time period to make everything boring and more eh. In my opinion, this is how I see it. To put it at a gaming, way is that imagine them remaking a console, PlayStation 1, just wow, right? It improves every graphics, I mean, all the graphics of a PS1 game. Wait, let's just say, making this stuff up, by the way. And then they say, oh, yeah, by the way, you need to we're going to charge you $50 a year to play online. Well, fuck no, I'm not going to do that, and I'd rather see the original source material, I'd rather have original PS1 than the other bullshit they're going to try to solve. So in my opinion, why would I support this shit if they're going to be changing everything and making it a boring-ass, baby-like, garbage, child-friendly shit show? In my opinion, Cowboy Bebop is one of the most best animes of all time, one of the greatest in my opinion. It's one of the animes I loved. It's one of those animes that I remember really, growing up, and it was just so cool. Cowboy Bebop, and other animes as well. But I'd say when it comes down to, when it comes down to, like these remakes and all that shit, like Final Fantasy VII remake, you know what? And that's how I think it's going to turn out. This shit's going to turn out like the Final Fantasy VII remake, which was not good. So, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, I think when it comes down to it, Cowboy Bebop deserves better. It should not be handled by these asshole business people. It should, number one, have a continuation or maybe another view of, like rewrite. No, not rewrite, but like have a different world. Like, what if Cowboy Bebop? You know what I mean? Have like a different series. Have like a what if, like say, just to keep the characters how they are, and just bring more. I don't know. Have a continuation, because I heard that the creator of Cowboy Bebop said that Spike is, well, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but Spike is not dead. So, yeah. In my opinion, what I could say is that number one, PS5, I hope is something better, something more to it. Cowboy Bebop, in my opinion, it should be handled good. I hope if it's kind of starting to be bad, they just cancel it overall. Another movie that, if you did not know, was going to get a live action was Akira. Now, I hope that they don't do that shit, man. Because, dude, Akira is like Cowboy Bebop, in my opinion. It's like one of the best animes of all time. One of my favorites. Yeah, and I truly love them. So, yeah. And also, to be honest, another thing I want to talk about is that remakes and, putting it into live action, and I see them all similar, in my opinion. They basically taken a product that used to be beloved and known for something, and then they just changed shit just to please a modern audience, which is garbage. So that's how I could summarize it all. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, and the last thing, is that when thinking about all this stuff, well, was like, you know what? I shouldn't talk about it because a lot of times, whenever we talk about these situations, I've noticed that the companies would, would like, I'll explain after. They would look at it, shit talk, and then make a even worse shit later on. For example, look at in my opinion, Look at how the fucking Pikachu looked like in that movie. The live action movie of Pokemon, what 2018, 19 released. Oh my fuck. It was awful, in my opinion. It is just like, what the hell is this? And then look at what they did with Sonic. Okay, long story short, we all know Sonic had a rough years, okay? Sonic Mania was, in my opinion, the last good Sonic game. And, yo, it's kind of disappointment talking about, adaptations of movies and anime and games and, stuff like that. Because a lot of times, let's be honest, they kind of mess shit up and they don't care about what. Sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes they don't care what the fans think and they just add their own shit and they just take away some of the things that we love. You know what I mean? It's like, well, why can't, like, why did you do this? Why did you change this? Why you not making it, like the original, how it used to have a, action and, heart to it. And in my opinion, Cowboy Bebop is something that I think they're gonna fuck up. They're not gonna get the message. They're just gonna make another action movie and just put on other shit that we don't want, and it's gonna be pissing everyone off. I hope it goes good, but in reality, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Cowboy Bebop, I hope does do good, but it's probably gonna be weird and fucked up. So with that being that, tell me what you think in the comments. What you think about the PlayStation 5? Tell me what you think about Cowboy Bebop, and tell me what you think about video games that may become in live action nowadays just for the fuck of it. Let's be honest, they're just doing it for the money. But do you think it's gonna fail or be successful? Because in my opinion, I saw this shit so many times within the years, and I gotta be honest. I rather watch the original Cowboy Bebop than whatever the fuck they're gonna come out with. With that being that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and you know what else I was thinking? Because, you know, I never watched them, but I know there's like Sailor Moon, like, what was it, Kyoto Animation or whatever. They made like a live action Sailor Moon movie. Now, from what I heard, it was good. It was good and funny, more like a funny parody-ish thing. So maybe they could do that of Cowboy Bebop. So that's another idea they could do, but in a respectful way, you know. So that's another thing I wanted to put out there. It just popped up in my head. With that being that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time.